The screenshot is a little off, but oh well. Just like my previous video, I just decided to upload this, I guess, as a case example of just how fucked up these people are, these MAGAs and Christians. I would say I wish I was popular just to make a dent with all these people. I'm only here to fuck around with people and give them a hard time because this world just won't cooperate, so life is just better for everyone, and I can't have what I want in terms of economics, which would, well, I'd go over those, but even progressives ignore me, so what's the point? Well, let's just say that, I'd like to have anti-inflation credit cards, but everyone just, even suggesting that would just result in being ignored. But anyway, so yeah, my channel isn't about entertaining anyone that doesn't, well, I mean, nobody's interested in solving problems, so the best I can do is just to give the assholes a hard time as I'm able to. So anyway, well, with that preface out of the way, not that I'm really hell that satisfied with it, you got Beth here. Now, what's her weight? Yeah, go, okay. Her, I know, get my shit together. Okay. Purpose, yeah, this one. Canada is trying to harm the US, but we don't have the military, the manpower, or the wealth to carry it out. What? Really? The manpower or wealth to carry it out. Canada is trying to harm the US. Since you obviously don't read all the words, I'll explain it for you. I'll make it plain for you. I'm a Canadian dumbass and Trump is not my chief. Now this is bullshit and completely fucking stupid for the following reason, which I'll get to right here. I'm responding to this. To which I said, well, 1, that won't stop inflation. 2, Canada has boycotted America due to Donald Trump tariff insanity. 3, Americans won't be able to afford anything. So my reply was strictly points of economics. And what does Beth say? How stupid are you? Canada can do nothing to harm the US in every threat they make. Yet, as I've criticized other MAGA people for not having any kind of examples, reasons, source citations, or anything else, she says so. Therefore, it's true. Canada can do nothing to harm the US in every threat they make. Trump shoots them down and the threats disappear. Shoots what down? What? What has Canada done? Did Canada provoke? Did Canada start the tariff war? Oh yeah, you don't say sources. You just say your attitude is either MAGA says it, therefore it's true, and you're Canadian. So yeah, this is in response to what I just said here. Well, that won't stop inflation. What does this have to do with inflation? Canada has boycotted America due to Donald's tariff insanity. What does this have to do with Donald's tariff insanity? 3, Americans won't be able to afford anything while Donald and Elon have fired many. What does this have to do with that? And I'm the dumbass. What? And it gets better. Okay, so I told her Canada isn't trying to do any harm. They're simply avoiding America because of Donald's psychotic megalomaniacal bullshit. Why should Canada benefit Donald as he sits there trying to hurt them? Canada doesn't need to do anything to harm the country, formerly America. Because I don't consider the country to be America anymore due to Donald's bullshit. Whatever you want to call it, because Donald has done that himself. Okay, so what does she say? Canada is trying to harm the U.S. She keeps saying this. This is the second time she said this, but she, hasn't provided any kind of examples, no sources, nothing. But we don't have the military, well, I just read that, so. By the way, you replied to me, dumbass. Well, before that I said, just because you say so. Remember what I said about MAGA always being neglectful of providing proof, sources, etc.? Well, I actually didn't say that, but I cross paths with so many people I just get confused. That was for another person I'm currently fucking with. So yeah, this is just another example I decided to upload to any possible few who decide to click on this video. And again, I know I'm not entertaining. I'm not trying to be. The problem is I know nothing's ever going to get solved because nobody else is even trying to. So I'm just here to. The purpose for my channel is just to give them as hard time as I'm able to, because I can't have anything my way in this world, and I know that my life is limited due to the common psychoses of the world. People just want life to be as hard as possible, and any of the progressives aren't really progressives. They just claim to be, but they don't have really any progressive ideas other than what should be, like equality and shit like that, freedom of speech. I think freedom of speech should just be a natural part of society. And I'm not even afraid of slurs. Somebody says a slur, just break it down. Question them. Simple. So here we have a woman who is claimed to be a Canadian, but she says that Canada, like many people have said, many of the left-wing pundits, Republicans are the reverse of what the reality of the situation always is. So in this case, Donald is the one who started the tariff war with Canadian. They're just threatening him, along with being the 51st state or whatever the fuck he goes on about. So they turn that around, and they say Canada is the culprit, even though she's Canadian. And I'm supposedly a dumbass because she says so. So yeah, just a case example of a MAGA here. Maple MAGA, as some people would call him.